Greetings to those of you who are watching this video, and I hope it's many people over the period of many years, because the information that I am sharing with you, I intend to share in this video, will be just as good 20 years from now as it is today. It is information about education. I am a retired classroom teacher who also happened to be a writer and consultant. I have written 12 books, many of them concern education and young people, and I continue to do workshops and lectures all over the country, many of them concern education. One of my great concerns now is this great number of kids who are dropping out of high school, kids who are not completing their high school education, not going into adulthood with a diploma. And the situation is most crucial among certain groups of kids, particularly what we call African American children. I still refer to black children as black, but the thing now is African American. And among the group of African American kids all over the country, they are graduating at lower numbers than are lower percentages than are other races. But I'm not just concerned about African American kids. I'm concerned about all children. But if there are some kids or there are some groups who need this information more than others, then I hope they get it. But the information that I'm going to share with you is good for anybody who is in that situation. So any kid in high school can benefit from the information that I'm going to share in this video. And it's going to be in several parts, probably 5 parts. So I hope that you can listen, and it is in chewable chunks, so that if you can't listen to all of the videos in one setting, you can always come back to get the rest of them at a different time. This is part 1. And this video is actually called Success in School. I have a book called Success in School, and it's written for teenagers. Useful tips to help you succeed in school. So these videos, the 5 of them, will be sharing these tips with you to help you succeed in school. Now, if you'd like a copy of this book, you can email me at william-jenkins@sbcglobal.net. And I will give you, if you are a student, I will give you a free copy of this book. If you are a principal or a teacher and would like copies of this book for each of your students, if you are a principal, or if you're a teacher and would like a copy for every student, email me and you can get a set of these books very reasonably. This book was not written to make money. It's already being used in hundreds of schools across the country. I want the information in this book to be made available to the kids who are in most need of it. So let's get started. Success in School, Part 1. How do you put the odds of high school graduation in your favor, even to a greater degree than they might be now? Now, I taught at a school where just about every kid who came to the school as a freshman left 4 years later with a diploma. If we had 400 freshmen, we planned for a graduation of 400 seniors 4 years later. Graduating from high school was normal, and the opposite was very abnormal. So, in order for you to put the odds of graduating from high school in your favor, the first thing you need to do is to see it as a normal thing. It is not some unusual thing to graduate from high school. It's normal. Graduating from high school and going to college should be seen the same way as graduating from the ninth grade, going through the 10th grade. So you should see graduation as a normal thing rather than a very unusual thing. High school is designed for students to succeed. To fail in high school, you have to just about work against everybody there because all of the people at the school, from the principal to the custodian, are there to help you succeed. And if you fail, you have to just about find a way to trick your way around all of their efforts and become something opposite from what they intended. So this video is about how to be successful. The first thing you ought to do is to assume that you are going to be successful. Go to ninth grade assuming that 4 years later, you are going to be in somebody's line reaching out for a diploma. That's the way I want you to think as you start listening to this video. Now, the first thing that I want you to do, if you want to be successful in school, is to go there with a winning attitude. Go to school with a winning attitude. And what is a winning attitude at school? The attitude is that you want to be there. The teachers are there to help you do what you want to do, rather than to make you do those things that you don't want to do. I remember lecturing at an Amistad Academy in Connecticut several years ago, and they had to almost herd the students into the lecture hall. And one of the first things that I told them was that one of the differences between schools where kids are high achievers and what we call failing schools is that the schools where kids are high achievers, the kids go to school with the attitude that the teachers are there to help them do what they want to do, which is to get a good quality education. And at the low performing schools, the kids approach those schools with the attitude that the teachers are there to make them do the things that they don't want to do. So the first thing about being successful in school is to go there with a winning attitude. And what is a winning attitude? And what is an attitude? Now, by listening to this part of this video, you will learn something that very few people in the country know. Very few people in the country know the definition of attitude. Yes, they can tell you some of the things that indicate attitude, but they can't tell you what attitude is. Well, I'm going to tell you what attitude is. Attitude is an intellectual or philosophical predisposition toward a certain position. Attitude is an intellectual or philosophical predisposition toward a certain position. That is to say that you have ideas in your head that have you leaning in a certain direction. That's an attitude. The behavior that follows that people call attitude is not the attitude. The attitude is the idea or the ideas that are promoting the behavior. So if you have bad ideas in your head that are constructing an attitude, those behaviors you're having that the people call your attitude, that's not the attitude. The attitude are the ideas. So if you go to school with certain ideas that lead you to come to certain conclusion, all you need is one more idea that you can say fit with those ideas and you act. Go to school with the right attitude. And some of the ideas that ought to feel that attitude are as follows. And they're in this book, actually. School is a friendly place. School should be a friendly place. Teachers help prepare me for my future. That's one of the ideas that should go into this attitude. That school is a friendly place, that teachers are there to help me prepare for not their future, my future. Teachers work with me for my benefit. Education is the path to a better life for me. The teachers are my partners in learning for me. School success is my main priority. My education is my responsibility. The benefits of an education are worth the sacrifices required to get it. That all the stuff I'm going through, the hell I'm catching, all of that is worth doing and enduring to get the great life improvement that I'm going to have as a result of having gone through this. Socrates or Aristotle said, "The roots of education are bitter, but the fruits are sweet." So put up with some of the bitterness so that you can experience the sweet fruits. And on those days when it's very bitter, you just close your eyes and shut your mouth and think about the sweet fruits. The second thing, be present and be prompt. It is very, very important for you to be there and be there on time. Very, very important. Very few teachers will fail a student who has been to class every day. I had a kid once who came every day. He didn't do it at work. He came every day and sat and listened. And he turned in a little stuff, but not that much. And at the end of the semester, well, my kids had to do something called a feelings book, so he had to at least write the stuff down that I lectured about. So at the end of the semester, I couldn't fail the kid because I was a lecturer. I lectured practically every day. There is no way that a kid is going to come to class every day out of the semester and listen to me and not learn enough to pass the course. Be there and be prompt. That is very, very important. And I was always afraid to miss when I was at university. I was always afraid to miss class. I never missed class. I was always afraid to miss class because I was afraid that on that day that I missed, they were going to say something that was on the final exam or say something that everybody needed to know and I wouldn't be there to hear it. So if you want to be successful in school, start with a winning attitude, arrive, be there and be on time. Then the third thing is arrive, organized, and ready to work. Arrive, organized, and ready to work. Now, I'm going to stop part one at this point and take up part two with building a strong knowledge base.